Hello YouTube, it's a Faceless Man here, and today I have a pretty great video for you guys that are new investors, especially people that don't have a lot of money. Now, if you don't have a lot of money right now, guys, understand that you guys aren't going to get rich in a couple of days. It's going to take time, and it's a process, but the thing is that you can get there. You just have to be patient. So understand that everything is always a process. It's hard work. Nothing is very simple, and nothing is pretty much given to you. You have to work for everything. And guys, if you're coming into the stock market thinking you guys are going to be rich in a couple of years, it's not going to happen. It rarely happens to a few couple of people. But again, you can jump into the right stocks at the right time and make great returns. Now, I'm going to give you one method where you guys that honestly don't have too much money to put in, you guys can invest in these stocks and keep them for about a year or two and then sell them off and buy better stocks. So kind of starting off, I'm going to recommend 6 stocks in this portfolio. So pay close attention. I'm not telling you to buy these stocks. I'm telling you to kind of do your own research and just take this into consideration of what I'm telling you. So again, I'm not giving you financial advice or anything. I'm just telling you that this is a method that's worked for me and it's worked for some of my friends and it can work for you. But remember, if you guys don't have a lot of money, try to average down on these stocks. Never buy a stock when it's on the rise. Like as you see Ford here, it was down today. That's when I would buy into it. I always look into a stock whenever it's coming down, not when it's going up. If a stock usually goes up, it's going to come down, guys. So try to buy it in its down moment. Always know that no stock ever has a perfect week. You know, it usually has a couple of good days and then it comes down and then it goes back up. So understand that, guys. No stock ever has a perfect week. Now, Coke is a huge blue chip company, as you see in the past week. It started off good and then it went down and then it picked up back again, you know. So always have that in mind, guys, that no stock ever has a perfect week. If it has a couple of good days, it's going to come down, and try to value down your stocks, guys. Now, kind of jumping back into this, if you're kind of broke and don't have money and you're trying to start somewhere, I first recommend you guys having no debt at all. Try to pay off your debts before you jump into the stock market. But enough about that. You guys want to hear about the stocks, right? I'm going to start with the 6 stocks that you guys can build with our portfolio. Now, these stock averages between $5 to $12. So jumping right into the first one is Gladstone Capital. The ticker is GLAD, and the stock is currently at 978 of this filming. And guys, it has a pretty good dividend. It's a 10.332 dividend. It pays constantly. It doesn't increase its dividends, but it does pay constantly. So this is a good stock where you can have a pretty small return, but gain a good amount in dividends. And this stock isn't that risky, so always have in mind that in the next year or so, you're going to gain a good profit. You're not going to risk a lot. And throughout that time, you're going to understand the market a bit more. So as you see, it has a small return, but it's been good enough with its dividend payouts. So as you see, guys, the way the market fluctuates, it has its ups and its downs. Try to always buy in a down moment. You know, it's going to go up. It'll eventually go down. Now, this was a bad moment, but understand that it's not always going to be like that. So you see it has its peaks and it comes down. It has its peaks and it comes down. So always have that in mind, guys. Try to buy in a down moment. All right, so jumping to the next stock is Gain. This is also a company from Gladstone. As you saw in my previous video, I did recommend these 2 stocks. If you would have jumped into this stock, you would have gained a little profit. But again, it has a good dividend of 8.269. They do increase their dividends every year. They have for the past about 4 years, I think. And they've kept up, guys. They've been constant, and this is, I feel like, an undervalued stock. Its depth is very low. And again, if you do your research on this stock, you're going to see why I feel it's undervalued. But this is another one I recommend. Now, the next one is Ford. Ford is a blue chip company that is, again, really, really undervalued. And the reason is because the time it collapsed, it was never able to recover. And people abused it as a day trade. As you see, it has a high volume. and it has a good dividend. It's been constant with its dividend, and they're just a good company, guys, but it's just a risky stock just because it does fluctuate a lot. And understand that this stock, just as you see, it's very, very crazy. But always try to find a down moment where you can buy into it. This is also a good swing trade stock, so yeah, just look into it, guys. This is a really good stock. Now, these are 3 new stocks that a lot of people don't know about. Some people know PSECT. And this stock is fairly cheap right now. It's been down. It did crash a couple of months ago. And it's probably going to recover, but not too sure. But again, it's fairly cheap for the price right now. They also pay a 12.315 dividend. Or the yield is 12.315, and it has a good return, guys, for the price. Now, the reason I'm recommending these stocks is because you can buy a lot for the cheap price and have a good return. Now, these stocks are going to do fairly well within a year or two, but then that's the most I would recommend them. I would recommend you guys selling off and improving your stocks, and I will show you how right now. The next stock is SRC. This is an REIT. This is also a high dividend stock. It's constant, and it's increased its dividend for the past 2 years. So this is another stock I recommend for the short term. You get a good return, and also you get a little slight decent increase. Not too much, but you do. Now, the last stock I'm going to recommend here is BER. Again, BER is a new REIT company. As you see, it's fairly new, and this is probably the riskiest stock from all of them just because they had issues in the past with their management being a little corrupt, but so far the stock is still alive. It pays a good dividend. It has a lot of potential, and the reason that this stock is down is because of that whole corruption issue they had, but as you see, it's slowly going to recover. It's undervalued right now, and it's just a great stock, guys. It pays a good dividend, and again, it is risky just because of that, but as you see, it's always good with its earnings, and it outperforms it. So this is a stock that can be short-term also. Now, this portfolio I just kind of told you about, you could jump into these stocks, buy about 5-10 shares of each, or 5 shares or one, whatever you can afford. Get your good returns, and after you get good returns, don't reinvest them in these stocks. Excuse me. Try to save up money to start investing in the next stocks, which would be like, let's try to find another cheaper stock, which you can upgrade to Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is a stock that's good for the long term and is fairly cheap still. You can also invest in WTR crackers, WTR, which is Aqua America. You can also invest in General Motor and in HR. And those are good stocks because they're constant with their dividends. They increase their dividends every year. They're dividend aristocrats. So what dividend aristocrat means is that they've been increasing their dividends every year for the past 25 years. They are part of the S&P 500, and they're blue chip stocks. So that's the method I kind of want to guys talk to you about. Buy these cheaper stocks, get a good return, sell them, and start slowly moving up. So that's the method. That's the way you guys can get good returns, and you guys can keep on going with that method. Keep those stocks, get the good return. Instead of buying more of those stocks, buy into bigger stocks and still have those stocks, keep cycling the stocks, So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much the method I wanted to kind of show you. And this can make you rich one day. I'm not assuring you anything, but it has helped me a lot, and it's helped me make a lot of money. And it's a good method. I feel like it's the safest method, especially for people that don't have too much experience in the stock market and don't have a lot of money. There's always a way to kind of make money and plan for the future. Remember, you can't get rich quick. There's people that can do it, but not everyone does it. If everyone could do it, then everyone would be rich. So again, this is a method you can do. This is a method that's helped a lot of people, and it can help you out too. If it doesn't make you rich, at least it can give you a steady income and give you a steady life. So yeah, guys, again, thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I promise I'll see you in the next one. And also, guys, if you don't have the Robinhood app, please use the link in the description down below so you guys can get a free stock and I can get a free stock when you sign up. So again, thanks, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.